Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review tonight. I believe this show is taped this time. I know the scheduling is different right now, so I don't know which show is really live or what's really taped right now. I know it was live last week, but I believe this week should all be taped. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I know tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw is taped. But first thing we do have tonight, different on the commentary team change. This week we got Samoa Joe on commentary. Good. No Lawler this week. So I like Joe on commentary. Then again, I believe Samoa Joe, I think he's still hurt. After his latest injury. I don't remember how long that was ago, but I know Samoa Joe is hurt. So hearing him on commentary is always great. Feel like I didn't hear that much. I heard him, but maybe I wasn't listening that much. But Joe's better than having Lawler there. But I know people thought he wasn't going to be on the show in general, but he still is on the show. Like I said, this is tape, so I'm sure he did more with this show. But, Samoa Joe is on commentary. But we do kick it off with the VIP Lounge with MVP out there tonight. Pretty much his guests were Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, and Apollo Cruz. Pretty much talking about the Money in the Bank ladder match and how the Money in the Bank ladder match worked this year. About, got to fight through Titan Towers and get to the roof of the building, and this makes no sense, honestly. I don't get it, but, I got a chance to even listen to that whole quarterly financial report thing, I think with McMahon and them, and apparently this is going to be another one of these cinematic stuff they did back at Mania, with the whole Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse, which, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more of these cinematic things, because I think Vince McMahon described this in the conference call. Like I said, I read through a few things, which doesn't look like they really hurting for. Well, they are kind of hurting money right now. Not hurting for money, but the financial reports don't seem as bad, other than what's going on right now and a lot of money being lost, which I can see why people say there's a lot of stress on McMahon. Then again, I'd be pissed if this was happening in my business too. I'd be losing a lot of money due to this damn virus and everything. That's probably why a lot of people may have said the reason why he's kind of looked like that on SmackDown, which then again, what is he, like 70-some years old, so it's not expected. But hey, I'd be stressed out too if I was losing a lot of money also, especially how his is going right now. Not a good couple weeks for Vince right there, but it's supposed to, like I said, this whole Money in the Bank thing, I guess, is going to be another one of these cinematic things. I believe it was described. So, I feel like we're going to be seeing more and more of those as time goes on. Then again, like I said, they got all this from Matt Hardy. Then again, he's done a lot of this too. So, there was a lot of those things every week on Impact. So, I guess we're going to be seeing a lot of these on WWE also. But other than the whole weird Money in the Bank ladder match coming up, however it's going to work, MVP pretty much was talking to all of them, talking about how he had a question, but he got the mic from them then, and he was gonna ask Aleister Black, then Cruz, who had the microphone, say he's gonna win Money in the Bank. But next thing you know, Almas music hit, and basically Vega's group comes out. I want to say Los Ingobernables de WWE, but let's see if these guys can get a win this week, as Vega was on the microphone talking about no one wants to hear what Cruz has to say, and that the future of Raw is right here, going through all of them, Almas, Almas, Theory, and Garza there, talking about all of them, and that, the future Money in the Bank entrance right there, they're all going to bleak on Raw, and as she got in the ring, everybody else got in. MVP was going to say something, but Ray got on the microphone, pretty much says, you want us to give up our spot for the Money in the Bank? Looks like you want to fight, pretty much calling it crazy, or this is crazy, because I know he said loca and everything, but I should go back and read what he said, but, he says, you want to pick a fight with us? Next thing you know, there was a brawl, and of course, where does this come to the obligatory 6-man tag team match, of course. So, Ray, Black, and Cruz versus Almond Cigars in Theory. What happens this week again? Yes, Almas' group takes another L this week. So, Vega, this entire group, it looks like it's not working. It looks like these guys take loss after loss after loss. well, the U.S. champion actually took the pinfall. Shouldn't be really surprised to, Almas taking pins in general. But I'd say, well, the guy's U.S. champion, but they're not protecting this guy anyway or whatnot. Cruz pretty much beat him with his sit-down powerbomb. I kind of expect the Garza Theory to take the pinfall, but Almas did. But yeah, these guys once again have lost another match. So what is this, 2-3 weeks in a row now these guys taking the L? They singularly got their asses kicked last week by Drew McIntyre, kicking their entire heads off. They lost their Money in the Bank qualifying matches. I know Almas won a match, but the week before that, the guy lost to Drew clean in under 5 minutes, and then Garza lost in under, I think that's last week anyway, like a few minutes to Drew McIntyre. So, yeah, this whole group with Vega seems to not be working because they keep getting their asses kicked every week on this show, it looks like. And now they have taken another L again, which some say just in this faction already. But then after that, they talked to Almas and Vega in the back, pissed as he blamed the partners he had out there tonight. Cruz pretty much, said that, hey, man, I beat him away. Where you going, huh? Listen, I can beat him tonight. I can beat him again. They're just losers, sore losers, complaining and stuff. And, I could beat Almas twice in one night, he said. But as they came back, Almas pretty much says, you cannot beat me again. And pretty much smacked Cruz. But Cruz ended up smacking him back. He says, how about tonight? Let's do it. Let's do it. Vegas says, all right, you're going to get your title shot tonight. All right, tonight on Raw. But that was pretty good, I will say that. Especially, we'll get into that match later on. One thing they were showing throughout the entire night, which I don't know why they just didn't do this on SmackDown last Friday after, they had that whole Triple H 25th anniversary celebration. I guess the celebration continues because they want to play, the top 10 Triple H career-defining moments. Why didn't you just do this on SmackDown? You had a whole show dedicated to him and had Shawn and Vince come out and roast the guy and, I should say bury him for fun, but they came out and roasted him. I just play his top 10 things right there because, listen, I'm not going to go through all the entire list because I don't even call all these things career-defining, but a lot of it included DX, reforming DX of the second incarnation of them. My favorite, Outlaws and X-Pac and China and all them. But, that Evolution. They played the thing with Trish Stratus where Stephanie walks into the room. I got that on DVD, by the way, and she's pissed off when he's trying to teach her Trish wrestling moves. I guess it's a career-defining moment, but I don't know how, but I got that on DVD. It's funny. Sting, I don't like talking about that match for multiple reasons, but hey, they had to kill what was left of WCW since that's what they've had Triple H do for years, but like I said, Evolution, main event, the first ever SmackDown with The Rock, King of the Ring, the NXT invasion on SmackDown, return from the quad injury. So those are just most of the clips they showed throughout the entire night in his top 10 career-defining moments, King of the Ring and DX invading WCW. So why didn't you just play all this on SmackDown? I don't know why we need to. I almost thought he was going to come out again tonight. I guess the celebration continues for some reason. But next we had Asuka come out, pretty much talking about Nia Jax, saying that she beat Nia Jax before 2 years ago and made her tap out. I guess she's helping get revenge on Kyrie, which was supposed to be a triple threat match between Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Asuka. Basically, this turned into a brawl, and they pretty much threw each other all over the place where there were ladders, and Jackson ended up taking the ladders, knocking both Asuka and Baszler down. She was going to throw the ladders at her, but she threw the ladder behind her and pretty much stood tall. I'm sure a lot of people are mostly pissed why we giving Nia Jax this push in general when this woman just basically hurt people, especially after last week with Kairi Sane, and we saw how big of an uproar was with that. Some people wonder where's this push coming for, and even having her standing over Baszler and Asuka. It wasn't really a match, so we never even got a match. It was basically a brawl. I guess they didn't want any of these women losing or anything, but why do this to begin with? Even announce it was going to be a match? Why announce a match in general if it was just going to be a brawl as a cop-out, basically? Just, all right, we'll just brawl, nobody wins, so the match never really even started. So, yeah. They had Nia Jax stand tall. Bobby Lashley and Lana was in the back. Lashley pretty much wanted Lana to stay in the back. Basically, she's a distraction, and that you're too beautiful and everything. You don't want nobody seeing you and stuff. So Lashley went on his own and went against this Denzel DeJournette. I think he was on SmackDown or NXT last week. Basically, Lashley won a squash match. It's better than him lifting tires for whatever reason that was last week. So no more tire lifting. But the story still continues with him trying to break up with Lana. Hopefully that is soon. We don't need to see that any damn more, trust me. Which is still funny. Rusev ends up getting released in the end. But hey, his wife still works there for some odd reason. But hey, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of comparisons. I've been seeing people comparison now saying like, oh, it's like Mark Merrow and Sable back then. I don't know if it wouldn't go that far, but I could see why people would say that. But after that, then, oh yes, I want to say something about this real quick. I know they talked about this new 2K game. Basically, there is no WWE 2K game this year. Thank fucking God, no 2K21 after the bullshit game they put out last year, that 2K20, which I never played, and I took it back to the store. I got it as a Christmas gift and everything. I'm not appreciative of whatever gift I get, but if I don't want it, that's why I got the receipt and I took it back and I got something else. Okay, 2K20 was ass. It looked like a horrible game. Everybody knows that. If you played it on your own risk. Okay, I don't usually go about what a lot of reviewers say that much, but man, just looking at the videos and how it was even made and why it took so long to put footage out, it looked like a PS2 game. But there is no 2K game this year, as 2K announced today. Now they put out this thing called 2K Battlegrounds. Basically, this game looks like WWE All-Stars. If you played that game many years ago, I think that came out in... Wow, when did that game come out? Like 2000 and... I want to say 2009. I remember playing it, and it was actually a very arcade-style game, which that's what 2K announced. This game is going to be more arcadey and everything. No simulated type of thing, like the realism to 2K, like the regular 2K games they've had before. When I saw this game, I think it's a different developer, but when I'm seeing, John Cena almost get knocked into an alligator pit, and they got these electric or fire moves, and it was like Becky and Charlotte, and Charlotte is basically now Shao Kahn, since she turns green and steals people's energy, it looks like now. This looks like just another WWE All-Stars game. I would call it All-Stars 2 because a lot of over-the-top stuff in there, and that's what All-Stars was. If you played that back on the PS3 or the 360, I remember that game. But even, my friend Steven, he kind of said this is probably going to it looks like a shitty mobile game. I think he said the word shitty, but it does look like a mobile game in a way. But I would call it WWE All-Stars 2 if you ask me. That's basically, I would say, just... the models, just from the little, minute, 50-second clip that was, it looks okay and everything. Basically, they even said it, I think, in a press release today that they want to work on, basically, they have to work on a new 2K game. Because after all the backlash they got in the past few months over that bullcrap game they put out, it's best they do take another year and make this game. Good. We don't need a yearly release for this game. And trust me, there's a lot of games that don't need yearly releases that need to take a break off a year and then come back strong. Hey, it worked for Assassin's Creed. They took off a year, and Origins was a great game. I haven't played Odyssey yet, but Origins was a great game. Now, as for other franchises like the NBA or, Madden or other sports-related games, that's a different story. But that'll be good. Honestly, I would say get a new developer, because 2K is not that good anyways, and come on, just look at them, especially for the work they put out for a minute now. But listen, if 2K can sit and make a good game, I would have no problem with that, because obviously they need to make another game, a good game, a game that actually works. So mostly due to the fan backlash, that's why they're taking a year off. That's why they're putting this 2K Battlegrounds to distract everybody. Now, will I play the game? Most likely not. I don't think I want to. Maybe if I get a demo of it, I'll play it, and maybe I'll go off my judgment from there. But do I plan on buying this game in the fall? Nah, not really. I don't really need to buy it because, like I said, it's All-Stars 2. That's what it looks like. It's basically WWE All-Stars 2. All right, so over the top, arcadey. This is what people wanted, I heard, for a while now. So, you gotta take what you can get with this, but I don't know if I really plan on playing it. Like I said, it still looks like a shitty mobile game at the same time. So, you know, hey, that's what you're gonna get with this new 2K game or Battlegrounds or whatnot. But hey, it's good that they took another year off, because you need to make a whole new game, literally start from scratch, come up with a new engine, find some better developers. Honestly, I would have been fine if it was just a different developer in general than 2K, but make the game better, okay? Because that game had no excuse last year. It was dog crap, and everybody knows that it was crap. So, we'll see what happens with this 2K Battleground thing. They talked to Nia Jax later on. Pretty much asked Charlie if she was going to do anything about it. And pretty much yelled nothing. I guess no one's going to stop Nia Jax, as she puts it. Liv Morgan went against Ruby Riott again for some reason. Liv Morgan won with her, I like her finisher, though. Run across the ropes doing the STF, or DDT, which they now call it the Oblivion. I don't know why they have Ruby Riott lose, but hey, Liv Morgan lives 2 in a row. Next thing you know, she started talking about the next chapter, or the new chapter in her life, and that, you know, there's so many chapters, and at her age, she's still trying to figure it out, so she's going to figure it out, so we'll see what happens with Liv Morgan. The Viking guys, Viking Raid is there. Well, at least this week they were not doing carpool karaoke and everything. Good, we're going back to the regular Viking with a red light behind them, which obviously they looked like they did somewhere in the performance center, but not the best place to put that red light. But, you know, they talked about how the Street Profits are that they won the NXT titles. But they've told the Street Profits that we won the NXT titles, we have to relinquish them, and they won the Raw titles, but they were injured and they were unable to compete. It told the Street Profits that you never beat us for those titles, okay? So they basically just laid down the challenge, saying, like, they dared them, because, you know, we want the smoke, okay? We want the smoke. So they have challenged the Street Profits. At least they're not eating giant chicken wings and doing carpool karaoke, because I don't know what that was last week, so I'm glad that stopped fast. Next, we got the return of Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal, who's been out about a year, huh? Been out about a year. Well, does he... I don't know. Listen, the only thing I say different, he got a new haircut. I'll say that. He's still jacked, but... You know, he's been gone for about a year. He had a knee injury. I don't know if Jinder Mahal is going to get better. I don't know, okay? I honestly don't. He beat Akira Tozawa. It wasn't a bad match, even though Tozawa's in a tournament right now. But, you know, he's going to be taking L's in general. So, Jinder is back, folks. I have no idea what will happen with Jinder Mahal. And I'm sure people are losing their minds and probably change the channel or panic that Jinder is back. I don't know. We'll see. But I literally have no clue where Jinder will go. But he's back, folks. He's back. He's back. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I'm trying not to shit on him, but I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with Jinder Mahal. We'll see if this turns bad or not. Next, you know, we went back to Charlie Caruso, who tried to interview Almas and Vega, pretty much saying that we're not doing any interviews, no questions, gone, okay? But next thing you know, Garza comes back to, once again, flirt with Caruso, saying that, you know, she's very professional, but how about in the near future, we get better acquainted? Basically, Caruso smiled, most likely getting wet, and as he gave her a rose, which is, you know, I find it's funny. I know people bring this up online. Didn't this guy propose to, like, his girlfriend on NXT when he won the Cruiserweight title? I guess people forget that sometime, but hey, man, why not have two? Why not have two? Caruso's hot, so why not have two? We continue with this whole, you know, Charlie Caruso losing her mind with trying to get with him, I guess, or him flirting with her. I don't know where to go with this, but yeah. yeah, Charlie Caruso there basically just getting wet most of the time. Next, basically the best match on this show the entire night, Almas and Apollo Cruz for the U.S. title. I enjoyed this match. I like this match a lot. This is good. Real good. And I like the finish also. Basically, Almas focused on Cruz's knee, which Cruz's knee got so hurt after a while and everything. I think it was when Cruz was going for the double stomp and everything. Almas got out the way. Cruz pretty much started holding his knee. The referee called off the match. Good. Okay, that's good. That wasn't a bad match. Almas still wins, even though, he didn't take an L again or anything. But Cruz, who was in the Money in the Bank, because number one, why even have him in a title match? Because, some people actually thought he was going to win the belt tonight, but why does he need to win a title if he's already in Money in the Bank? So there would be no point of him having the U.S. title and going for the Money in the Bank match. But they protected him, protects Almas. They could always go back to a later date for this U.S. title match. But like I said, Cruz is already in the Money in the Bank. So I don't think he never needed the win. I would have been surprised if he did win, but he didn't need the win right now. So they did protect both of these guys from here. I didn't mind this. This was good. Real good. Street Profits in the back talk about the Viking Raid. Pretty much talk about y'all cosplayers and everything. And, you're doing carpool karaoke. Hey, man, it's 2020. Y'all need to get Spotify. Why don't you try something else better than Spotify? Maybe Pandora. Get an iPod. Maybe I shouldn't say iPod. But I don't know how many people using those nowadays. Or get Alexa. That plays music too. But, Montez Ford pretty much says, you know what? They right. We can come on here. We can crack jokes and everything. But, we need to prove them wrong, okay? It's time to be serious for a moment, all right? We free next week. We face y'all. We challenge accepted, basically. Y'all want to fight for the titles? Let's go. Y'all want the smoke? That's what y'all gonna get is the smoke. So, Street Profits looking serious this week. No jokes. No running gags, anything. No, just act like goofballs and stuff. It's time to be serious for a minute. They right. We ain't beat them, so we need to be serious for a minute. No more jokes. Y'all want the smoke? We got the smoke. Let's go. Next, I know they play a little of some stuff with Becky from the 24 documentary from winning the title at Mania. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander went against Everrise. I believe they're on NXT. Ricochet and Cedric won with their finisher. Even though I almost thought they smacked this guy's head into the ground real hard. MVP then showed up on the screen then pretty much, talking about Ricochet and Alexander. Says, you know what? I got an eye for talent right now, right? The NFL draft just happened. You got him thinking, how about we introduce some people to Raw? So he brought in Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink, two guys from NXT, and they've been basically jobbing on every show lately. I guess MVP has signed them to a contract. We about to go platinum right here. I don't know why they got Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink. I know a little about Shane Thorne, but that's mostly when he was with Nick Miller in TM61. I don't know anything about Brendan Vink, okay? And this guy ain't no Nick Miller either, all right? So I don't know if this is an upgrade for Shane Thorne or that, but we'll see what happens with this. I kind of been thinking he was going to make MVP some type of manager or something since he's been saying that for a while now, but we'll see what happens with this whole new thing with MVP, but didn't expect Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne, because I'm thinking a lot of people don't know who these guys even are, to be honest. Apollo Cruz is on crutches in the back, pretty much had ice on him. Charlie Caruso said, sorry, see him this way, and what are you going to do? Cruz didn't want to talk about it, so there's question if he could still even make it in the Money in the Bank match or he could be replaced. So basically they're putting sympathy on him right now, all right? But next, Jerry Lawler, who was actually on this show tonight, was there for the contract signed between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins for the WWE title at Money in the Bank. Drew pretty much says, you know what? I know how things go. So he basically told Lawler, you may want to skedaddle, okay? And you know what? He was going to talk, but he just signed the contract. Rollins got it then, and he says, McIntyre said, you jumped me a few weeks ago. And thought this could have done 20 seconds, all right? But, Rollins Freeman says, you think I want this? I got to do this, he told Drew. Basically, he's going to his whole Messiah mode and that, you're going to be a great champion someday. But the honorable thing to do is that, give me a title. You're not a leader. I am the leader, all right? And he's been doing this for people for a while now that have followed me. And that there's always light in the darkness, as he said. I don't want you to suffer the way I did. That's why you need to give me the championship. I don't want this to happen to you. You don't have to carry that burden. I got to carry the burden, all right? And I don't want to crush your dreams or anything, but it's a sacrifice he's willing to make for the greater good, though, okay? And that one day, this will all make sense to you, all right? But, Drew pretty much says, thanks, Seth. That's a very passionate speech, very enlightening, he says. And, things are very clear now. And after watching what you just said, I think it's clear that you're completely full of shit. Basically, you could say shit on the show nowadays, but, he says, what is this followers you are, okay? Who's following you, okay? And then Rollins says, you scared them off, all right? You scared all of them off. But it's not your fault. You scared everyone off and everything, the fans and whatnot. And listen, I got some advice for you, all right? Number one, shut your mouth. No one is going to hear you online, out here, backstage, anybody, all right? Because you've managed to put your foot inside of your own mouth, or that goes through your ass, or something like that. And listen, when you attacked me over a couple weeks ago, you should have finished the job. Go for the throat, because I'm sure as hell go for yours. Rollins got up then, and he told McIntyre that the big picture has become very clear, Money in the Bank. He's going to make this better, and he's going to take the title from him. And he said that have faith, and when he said have faith, and McIntyre slammed his head into the table then after that, and threw the table away. And once again, he hit him with the Glasgow kiss. He was going to go for the Claymore kick, but Murphy stopped him then, and as Murphy beat him up, he helped Seth up. Seth looked at him for a second. He hugged him, but as McIntyre went for the Claymore kick, Seth got out the way, and Murphy was basically the sacrificial lamb to the ground as Seth Rollins got out of dodge. Drew McIntyre basically held the title up, and the contract, pretty much having a stare down then between him and Seth as Seth backed off, headed to the back. So, great segment. I enjoyed this. Drew basically was down to business, saying that, you know what, I'm not going to keep going through all this, so signed the contract. Seth, of course, being Jesus as he is in his suit out there, pretty much saying, like, I have to win, you need to give me the title. And then Drew basically saying, you're full of shit, no one follows you and everything. And even Murphy coming out, which I almost thought Seth looked like he was pissed at Murphy for a second, but basically, he was the sacrifice so he would not get kicked, basically. He was the sacrifice. Basically, maybe Murphy threw him out the way, or Seth got out the way. Maybe Murphy threw him out the way so he could take... He basically took the bullet for Seth, okay? He took the bullet for him. So, I like this segment. That wasn't bad for the last part of the show. As for the entire show itself, the only things I could say I really liked was maybe Cruz and Almas and what they were doing with Cruz throughout the entire night. So, at least he's getting some type of push around right here. The Seth and Drew contract thing was not that bad. Street Profits a little bit more serious this week. I didn't really need the Triple H top 10 thing. Could have done that on SmackDown. I didn't understand that triple threat match. That didn't make a lot of sense. MVP trying to recruit new people. I don't mind, but I don't get why Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink for. What else we got here? That was something good on this show, other than being a marathon. Oh yeah, I guess the return of Jinder Mahal, if you want to count that as a positive. I don't know what you think about that, but hey, that's your opinion if you want to put that as a positive or whatnot on here. But yeah, that's basically the entire show. I know some matches may have ate up time, or they had to use Becky to eat up some time doing it from the 24 documentary, but come on, because the first was a 6-man tag, and that lasted at least through over 2 commercial breaks and everything. And yeah, Joe on commentary wasn't that bad either, okay? But Monday Night Raw wasn't that bad. It still feels long, but there was a couple bright spots throughout this show. It's still a lot of bad on here in general, but there was a few bright spots here and there. But, you know, I could use without Almas' crew taking L's every week, or wherever they got Liv Morgan going. I don't know. She's not bad in the ring nowadays, but I have no idea where they're going with that, or several other things. Or some people are going to say, why is Nia Jax getting a push over these people? I have no clue, okay? But that's what we got on Raw tonight, though, alright? Not bad all the way, still bad, but wasn't that bad, I will say. There was a couple few good things I could point out from this show, alright? But other than that, though, that's my Monday Night Raw review. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the show. Tell me what you think about that 2K game coming out. I don't know what to say about that, but please tell me, what do you think about this 2K Battleground thing happening, or maybe this whole cinematic Money in the Bank thing, since they keep talking about it almost throughout the entire night and explaining the rules and stuff. So what do you think about all that? Okay, but yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. You know, stay safe out there, wash your hands, like I said, just stay clean and whatnot. I guess I really got nothing else. Yeah, you know, just stay safe out there. Fuck Michael Avenatti, and, you know, stay safe out there, okay? But, yeah, that's my review of Monday Night Raw. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. We will be back tomorrow night for the part 2 of the Rebellion review. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.